basketball. This week on USF Basketball, we go home with Florida native Chris Perry and learn why staying close to home has been pivotal in his basketball success.
One of the biggest factors of me staying close to home is that having a support system 35 minutes right down the road. And going into my freshman year, I knew I was going to have struggles in my life. Like, I knew I was going to have family and friends. And so what better place to go than somewhere 45 minutes right down the street. This is Bartow High School, and this is the women's side of the locker room, and then this is our locker room right up here. We're about to walk into the gym. And you get the same TV exposure as the Louisvilles, as the UConns, as all the other schools. So, I mean, I found a liking to that, and they really cared for me. So, what other place could I go where there are more positives?
The standout forward gives us a tour of his hometown and tells us that basketball was not his first choice growing up.
And here it is. One day, I went to the office. I went to my basketball coach's office, and he had the baseball coach in there. I didn't know what was going on. So I was just like, what's going on, what's going on? And they told me if I wanted to go to the pros, play college basketball or anything, play college anything, it would be basketball. Pretty much telling me, to sum it up, pretty much, you would have to give up baseball, take basketball a lot more seriously. And then hearing that at that age, I didn't want to hear it. I mean, I broke down. That wasn't a good day for me, but it all paid off in the end. They were right.
We also catch up with Chris's family, and we learn firsthand that the family basketball knowledge runs deep.
Fingertip. That's what I say, fingertip. And when I say fingertip, when he's at the free throw line, I told him that the ball roll in high school, let it roll from the fingertip. And once you let it roll from the fingertip, your shooting is definitely going in the goal. So I like to say fingertip. I don't say roll it from the fingertip anymore. I say that in Bartow. So I'm so far away, so now I just say fingertip.
We'll also take a look back at the Bulls in action.
Chris Perry grabs it, 15-footer from the elbow is around the rim and in. Green from Guerrero. Collins spots up a three, straight on, swish. Anthony Collins back the other way. He's trying to go to the basket, rejected by Troy Holston Jr.
Don't go anywhere, more USF basketball when we return.
Bartow is a very small city, a very quiet city. Not a lot of stuff happens. Real slow. I mean, that's why I like it, because it's so peaceful and you stay away from trouble. So it's a fun place to live.
Bartow is a nice, quiet town, very family-oriented. A good place for children to raise children, and we have an east side and a west side. On the west side is where we live, and everyone seems to know everyone. So you don't get away with doing anything without your parents knowing it. So I thought Bartow is a good place to raise children.
To stay out of trouble, my family always kept me in events like playing chess, playing baseball, like over here growing up, and playing video games. I didn't go out much, just staying around these areas.
Growing up, he was always very active, and so I got him involved in sports. Actually, he played baseball from T-ball all the way to like 9th grade.
Here is where I started playing my baseball. Funnest experience of my life. Growing up with my cousins, all my family members coming out here pretty much every day practicing. hitting home runs, having competitions during the games and stuff, it was like so much fun. We would have to deal with that during the games as well. Most of my home runs were hit out during that way. But yeah, I love this place. And as you can see, no one comes here anymore. It's pretty historic in my mind though, so I'll never forget about this place. Once I found a love for baseball, it was just like, I didn't even want to come out here, and like the people that played out here were so rough and stuff, and they were so much older than me. I mean, I didn't want to go in there and get banged up and stuff. And then right over there where this is built, they used to have this little thing where we play wall ball. You know how you play wall with the tennis ball and hit each other? And if you got hit too hard, I would walk on the other side and go cry for a little bit, just for a little while. Because like everyone, when I first got here, everyone was so much older than me, and I had to like, it was a real process. Like that's what's so good about this city. Like, seeing the people like that have aged now, and I watched them grow up and go to college and stuff and do their thing. Now it's my turn, and then they look down at me like, it's a cool experience. So seeing like people like that, I know those people right there too. They used to go to my church. But as far as this basketball court, now if I come back, I mean, I'll run it, but back then I wouldn't almost think about coming out here. It's pretty cool.
Yes, he was. He always involved in church, and I could say he played drums. After my grandson left high school, Chris took over playing drums. He was good.
This is the very drum set that myself and my friend Daryl used to play on growing up. And it was cool because we used to come in and play, trade off the 8 o'clock service, kind of training for us, like for when we got to the 11 o'clock service, because my big cousin Jasper used to play before he left for the military. So that was good training. So playing here every Sunday, getting paid to do it, so it was a fun experience, and getting to do it with your best friend. So.
Well, he actually started taking drum lessons. I took him to this place in Winter Haven. He took drum lessons, and my nephew, Jasper Stevens, was the church drummer before Christopher. So when Jasper graduated from high school, then Christopher became the church drummer.
Well, the church is real important to me because the people that I grew up with and stuff, they still have my back even to this day. People that I went to church with, like the old deacons and stuff, they still talk to me to this day. They come to games sometimes, and having that kind of support system that's the best thing you could ask for, being so close to home.
Still to come on USF basketball, we take a look back at the Bulls in action.
AC going to the basket. Now he leaves it for Chris Perry. There's a big two-handed dunk by the sophomore.
USF basketball Run With Us is brought to you by Florida Prepaid, Kane's Furniture, Tampa General Hospital, UPS, and USF Health. Don't go anywhere, more USF basketball when we return. Time to check out this week's highlight reel. First, we'll start with the Bulls in southeastern Louisiana right before Christmas in the Sun Dome. Bulls looking for a non-conference win, and they get off to a great start, taking it to the hoop. How about the big guy? It's Ruben Guerrero, the freshman from Spain, going to the basket. 8 points, 6 rebounds for him in this game. High off the glass there for the putback. Now the Bulls break out. Time to run with us. Here comes AC. Finds Nehemiah Murillo. Can't get it to fall, but look who's there to clean it up. It's the big guy again. Ruben Guerrero, another offensive rebound and another putback. Underneath the basket, Bulls working hard. Can't get it to fall, but here's Chris Perry picking it up, hitting the close jumper. Perry with another double-figure game, 10 points, 8 rebounds, showing the soft shooter's touch. And again, Perry takes it in the paint this time. The left hand, another strong game for the Bartow native. Southeastern Louisiana stayed in this game because of their long-range shooting. Here's Cedric Jenkins. He hit 4 from behind the arc. Overall, they were 10 for 23 from three-point range. Joshua Fillmore hit 4 as well. But on this afternoon, the Bulls had an answer from long range. They hit some threes also. Here's 2 in a row for Anthony Collins. Looks like a replay, almost exactly the same spot. Bulls were 7 of 13 behind the arc. Corey Allen Jr. led the way with 3 out of 5. Troy Holston Jr. an open look, and he nails it from the right wing. Bulls continue to take it inside as well. Here's Bo Ziegler going to the hoop. Nice game for him off the bench. 4 points, 4 rebounds. Jaleel Cousins with a nice hoop inside. And how about Troy Holston Jr., the freshman guard, taking it to the basket? Teams went back and forth in the first half. Here's what AC does best, penetrating into the paint, the soft little turnaround, and the Bulls build the first half lead. Some nice defense too. Here's Holston Jr. with the block, slapping that ball out of bounds. Bulls up 8 at the half. On to the second half, and the Bulls continue to work in the paint. Here's the quick jumper by Nehemias Murillo. Bulls were missing Dinero Mercurius in this game, out with injury. Not a problem, as the Bulls guards were very effective. Corey Allen Jr. drives it into the paint. The soft little jumper is good. And then again from the left wing, Allen hits. He had 19 points to lead all scorers. Bulls working hard defensively. Takeaway here is going to lead to a transition opportunity. Murillo, Allen, Murillo again. Nehemias with 12 points on the game. And another takeaway, steal by Anthony Collins. He will lead the break for the Bulls. And Bo Ziegler with the left-handed scoop coming in late for that easy 2. Bulls hit 7 3-pointers in this game, one of their best outside shooting games of the season. And Corey Allen Jr., as you would expect, in the middle of it. He was 7 of 14 overall from the floor. Those 19 points led all scorers. Dre Clayton, top of the circle, and he chips in a 3 as well. Bulls continue to work the ball offensively. Here's AC with the jumper from the paint. 12 points and 5 assists for Anthony in this game. Troy Holston won't get this one to fall, but look at the work on the offensive boards. It's Murillo gliding in. Bulls had 15 offensive rebounds. Corey Allen looking for a way to get inside. Shot put off the glass. Good looking shot from the free throw line for the Bulls senior guard. And here he is again, drive to the basket. We've seen that so often this year. Corey coming up with the left hand for the hoop. Anthony Collins going to take this all the way from midcourt right under the hoop, and he finds Chris Perry for the dunk. Perry was 5 for 7 from the floor in this game. Bulls maintain the lead, go on to a 15-point win. Bulls ring in the new year with a conference game against East Carolina. First meeting since 2007. Bulls have won 4 in a row against the Pirates. USF didn't hit a lot of three-pointers in this game, but they started off with one. First shot of the game, Nehemias Murillo. It's 3-0 Bulls. USF got most of their points from inside on this game. Here's Chris Perry off the glass for 2 of his 10. Huge game for Ruben Guerrero, the center. 13 points, 7 rebounds, 3 blocks, and even a couple of steals. Maybe his best game as a Bull. Corey Allen had 12 for USF. He took the ball inside frequently as well. USF had 32 points in the paint in this game. That's 32 of their 58. Here's Kanu Aja getting it in off the glass. East Carolina center only averages a couple of points per game. Got a quick 4 there in the first half. But the Bulls defense pretty strong. A block on the 3-point attempt. Bo Ziegler clears it. Corey Allen races it down court. This time the 3 doesn't fall for Murillo, but the Bulls working the offensive boards, and here's Bo Ziegler off the glass. Big game for Bo, 9 points and 8 rebounds for USF. On the break, here's Corey Allen. Nice outlet pass from Murillo for 2. From long range, East Carolina had some good shots in this one, including this one by Terry Wisnance. He had a couple of 3-pointers, but USF just kept busting it inside. Double duty for Chris Perry, gets his own rebound and puts it back in. And Bo Ziegler again, can't get it to fall this time, but Guerrero is there for the follow-up. Corey Allen drives in from the paint. Bulls really hitting well, penetrating to the basket, but down 2 at the half. We move on to the second half, Bulls and Pirates, and East Carolina showing a little bit of defense. They pick up the steal here. That leads to a breakaway. Here's Wisnat with a big-time dunk for East Carolina. And once again, the Pirates on the run. B.J. Tyson with the left hand. He had 16 on the game. Bulls made some defensive plays also in the second half. Here's Guerrero taking it away. And on the run, Murillo will stop and pop and hit 2 for the Bulls. USF shot the ball well in the second half. Here's Chris Perry just outside the free throw line for another of his 10 points. East Carolina fighting back mainly because of B.J. Tyson. Had only 2 points in the first half, but 14 in the second half. Talented freshman left-hander and really hit from all angles late in this game for East Carolina. Bulls had some answers, though. There's Dinero Mercurius from long range. Back from injury, he played 20 minutes for the Bulls in this one. Then USF gets the steal, and here comes AC. The Bulls on the run in a tight game against the Pirates second half. Guerrero bodies his way in and scores off the glass, and the Bulls keep the offense rolling. Ziegler can't get this one to fall, gets his own rebound, still fighting, and finally it gets tipped in. Ruben Guerrero got credit for that one. Here's another offensive rebound for Guerrero. He was the best player in the paint this entire evening. Chris Perry goes high off the glass for USF. Bulls continuing to dominate the paint. Here comes Bo off the lob from AC, and Ziegler chips in 2 more for USF. Ziegler really working hard underneath the basket. He had struggled all season long from the free throw line, but he went 3 for 4 from the line in this game. Those 3 were all in crucial situations, and he was able to complete some three-point plays with good work at the free throw line after hitting the shots underneath the basket for the Bulls. Bulls with some strong defense late in the game. East Carolina trying to come back. Chris Perry says no, swats it out of bounds. The Bulls hang on, an 8-point victory, their first conference win of 2015. Don't go anywhere, more USF basketball when we return.
1:58 left to go. Bulls by 11. AC going to the basket. Now he leaves it for Chris Perry. There's a big two-handed dunk by the sophomore.
I think Chris being able to have mom, grandma, aunties, nephews be able to come to the games, come to campus, he still gets that home feeling as he goes through this whole college experience. You know, you got the ups and downs, the highs and lows that every student athlete has to deal with when they get to college, and I know it definitely benefits him.
I just like to say that I'm very pleased with the choice that he made to come to University of South Florida, because not only is it a great school, but it gives his family an opportunity to be with him, and he enjoys that. And that's, you know, I know that's a big reason why he stayed close to home, because he visited, I mean, schools all over the country.
It means a lot to me to see Chris playing ball. I always try to tell him things to do. For instance, once he gets the ball, don't go down and bounce it. Get the ball, step, turn, and shoot.
Chris Perry grabs it, 15-footer from the elbow, is around the rim and in. And Chris Perry, people counting down, fires to Chris Perry, 12-footer on the baseline, around the rim and in. That's the hometown rim for Chris Perry.
I saw him do that twice the other night, and he made both of the baskets.
Know that staying home, there are a lot of positives, and having your family, having your friends right here. So a great support system, that's the best thing you're gonna need while you're in college, because college is a very overwhelming experience, and you're gonna need somebody, some people, or a team that's gonna have your back, and being close to home is no better feeling.
For the latest on Bulls basketball, log in to gousfbulls.com. Follow Coach Antigua on Twitter at USFCoachO. Follow USF basketball on Twitter at USFMBB. This is Bulls basketball.